California leaders are facing several threats from the Trump administration over the state's policies protecting trans athletes and students. Now, next week, state lawmakers are set to have a hearing on a bill. It would no longer allow trans athletes to play in girls and women's sports. KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala joins us now with a warning from federal leaders to Governor Newsom.
Curtis, at this point, the Trump administration is threatening to yank federal education dollars from California over its policies related to trans athletes and students. This all comes after Governor Gavin Newsom said on his podcast the issue of trans athletes in girls and women's sports is deeply unfair. Now, U.S. Education Secretary Linda McMahon is telling him to prove it.
Would you do something like that? Would you say no men in female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. It is an issue of fairness. So it's deeply unfair.
Would you speak?
The issue of fairness is completely legit. So I completely align with you. And we've got to own that. We've got to acknowledge it.
Weeks after Governor Gavin Newsom said this on his podcast, the Trump administration is now following up. The governor's office confirmed Friday it received this letter from U.S. Education Secretary Linda McMahon. In it, she wrote, "Take a stand on your convictions." She urged him to call on California lawmakers to support a bill being heard next week that would no longer allow trans athletes in girls and women's sports. McMahon wrote, "As Secretary of Education, I am officially asking you to inform this department whether you will remind schools in California to comply with federal law by protecting sex-separated spaces and activities. I am also officially asking you to publicly assure parents that California teachers will not facilitate the fantasy of gender transitions for their children." A spokesman for Governor Newsom said he's now reviewing the letter. It's the latest in a series of threats over education funding from President Trump's administration, claiming California is not following federal law.
He is engaging in the most bullying, authoritarian, illegal behavior. He does not have the power to withhold all of this funding, and California is not going to back down.
Democratic State Senator Scott Wiener leads the state Senate's budget committee and is a member of the legislative LGBTQ caucus.
I mean, has the governor put you all in a perilous position here?
Listen, I've been public about my disagreement with what the governor said on his podcast, while acknowledging the governor has a very long track record supporting LGBTQ people in very heroic ways, of which we should all be eternally grateful to the governor. I think the legislature has also been very clear that we're going to stand with trans people, and we're not going to participate in this right-wing attempt to demonize trans people.
Republican Assembly Minority Leader James Gallagher said he hopes Democrats in California come back to reality.
Certainly we have sympathy for transgendered youth and want to make sure that no one feels bad, no one is bullied, no one is felt less than, and that all people are treated with dignity. But that doesn't require us to engage in this absurdity where we let boys play against girls in sports.
Now, the bill that would no longer allow trans athletes in girls and women's sports here in California, that is scheduled for a committee hearing in the Assembly on Tuesday. Now, Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas would not do an interview or comment on any of this today. He has not taken a stance on this issue since the governor first made those remarks, but he has signaled it's an issue he thinks is at least worth that hearing.
Ashley, how much education money does California typically get from the federal government?
Yeah, Curtis, according to the California Budget and Policy Center, about a third of California's overall budget for everything relies on federal dollars. Most of that money is for health and human services spending, but on the education front, for the upcoming year, the state had been expecting about $15 billion.
All right, Ashley, thank you.